I'll be doing some example problems from today's worksheet. The first one here, number 1, I did already. You have the negative 5 here, which I canceled out by doing plus 5 on the left and plus 5 on the right. The 5's on the left cancel each other out, so you're left with x, and then equaling 11 plus 5, which is 16. The next one here, number 2. Now here you have a x you want to get by itself, and a negative 20 or minus 20 equaling 45. So you want to get rid of that negative 20 by adding 20 on the left and adding 20 on the right. So these two would cancel each other out, and you'd be left with x equaling 45 plus 20, which would equal 65. I'll move on to number 5. For number 5, you have a negative 7 plus x equals 2. You want to get the x by itself, so you have the negative 7, which is subtract. So you want to do the opposite, which is add 7 and add 7 on the right. So you'd get rid of the negative 7 by adding 7. They would cancel each other to get 0, and you'd be left with x equaling 7 plus 2, which is 9. On the other side, I'll move on to number 14. So number 14, I would add a parentheses here for the negative 4, just to separate that plus sign and the minus sign. So you have an x plus a negative 4. You want to make sure you know that that is a negative 4. So you do the opposite of the negative 4 to get rid of it, which is add 4. Add 4 on the right and add 4 on the left. So these two would cancel out. You'd be left with x equaling 9 plus 4, which is 13. Moving on, number 16. Number 16 has negative 29 equals y minus 7. To get rid of the minus 7 here, to get the y by itself, add 7 on the right. Remember, you're just doing the opposite operations. If this is a minus 7, or whatever number it is, then you would add 7 on the other side. So you'd add 7 here and add 7 there. Those two would cancel. Y would equal negative 29 plus 7. Remember, from adding integers, signs are different. So find the difference. 29 minus 7 is 22. And the 29 is bigger, so answer would be negative. I'll show you number 18. Number 18 also, you should add parentheses. You have a minus a negative 3, so use parentheses. And remember, if you're subtracting a negative, it turns into a plus. So rewrite it as negative 10 equals x plus 3. So you now have an x plus 3 equaling negative 10. So you want to get rid of the negative 3 now. So you would subtract 3 on the left, subtract 3 on this side as well, and these two would cancel each other. You'd be left with x equaling. Remember, same sign, so find the sum. The sum of 10 and 3 is 13. And if the signs are the same when you're adding, you use the sign of the integers, which is negative. So that should be able to help you get started for you to complete the rest of the questions.